Zoom zoom!
Okay, so something occurred to me when I was watching the last video I posted, where I said, no, we can't use this because it's for the export model, right, and it's for this side of the gearbox. I can use it on the other side of the gearbox, I just need to take this off and reverse it, I believe. You think that would work? If I just take this part off and put it on that side of the clutch pedal, would it still work? I think it might. Anyway, that's not what we're here for today. What we're here for today is, I hope, I'll be able to take that clutch off of there. It's all locking tabs. We're going to take the locking tabs off. Apparently there's some kind of little retainer clip you're supposed to put around these springs. I was just reading about it. Around these springs here to hold them in place or something. Don't know exactly how to do that, so I'm probably going to ignore that and hope it doesn't break the mouse trap springs, they call them, these little delicate springs in here. Apparently the big tough springs in there can break those when you release the clutch off the flywheel. So what I need here is a lining that has got some life left in it, right? So that actually means the lining on the pressure plate, which I'm going to unbolt right now in front of you, and the lining on the flywheel. There's no lining on this flywheel. The one that we were playing with has no lining. I'll check that again, but there's no lining on that flywheel, so the one I got with the engine, right? So it needs to be lined, right? And the clutch that I was going to use has no life left in it, so it definitely, both of those need to be lined. However, can I use this flywheel and clutch plate, and if not this one, off my current engine, right? So my clutch works. It's not great, my clutch. My gearbox is toast, but the clutch is I think fine, and I think the flywheel is fine on that existing engine, but I haven't taken that out yet, right? So I can take that out, and I can, you know, I've got plan C. That was plan A, no lining on the flywheel. The lining is toast on the clutch plate. This one I'm going to take off right now. You're going to watch me take it off, and it may or may not have a clutch with life, right? And the clutch lining on the flywheel might have some life. If it has, I'll use this, right? And I don't need to take the one out of my car. But anyway, that's what we're doing tonight. I have an hour, so can I do this in an hour? Well, let's answer that. Let's answer that, shall we? First I have to get these locking tabs off, right? I'm going to try and do this so you can see what I'm doing. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Anyway. These are just little bent pieces of metal. Not even genuine washers or anything like that. But it's good enough, I guess. They look as if so, let's try. Okay, so I guess that's going to move. Hadn't really thought about that. Wow, that is not going to be easy. This does fit well, but it's it said about locking this into position by putting a bolt in it somehow. Don't quite understand how you can do that. You can put a bolt in there, I guess. Can you? Yeah, there is actually a little hole there. How about this? Okay, let's try it. Wow, that's not keen, my friends. Yeah, there we go. I think I have to take this off gradually as we move around. Oh, isn't that true? Well, there is some depth in this clutch plate. It's not. Oh, I see. The clutch lining for the flywheels come away with. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's bring it over to the bench, we'll have a look. So, we're on the bench. I believe what's happened here I don't actually know what's happened. Is that the way that's supposed to be? So the pressure plate has both halves of the clutch here. Is that right, or is that a different setup again? Wow. I mean, it's got lots of life left in it, but it's not at all the way the other one is set up. Oh my goodness me. Is that how that works? I thought there was a lining on here, like the other one, and a lining on the flywheel. Not two linings on the pressure plate. I did hear talk about a different kind of clutch in later years. Instead of a Borg and Beck, there was something else. Don't ask me what, because I don't know. I mean, I just read it, but I can't remember what the other name was. So you catch my drift on the other one. There's a line in here, right? There's no lining on this. I'm thinking better to use WD-40 or some kind of solvent. I'm out of carb cleaner. Rather than my usual PB blaster for everything. Because you don't want oil everywhere, right? I mean, one would assume. And WD-40 kind of evaporates off, I'm thinking. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That's what I'm using for cleaning right now, rightly or wrongly. Just to clean the worst of the schmoosh off it. So let's just move that off to one side for just now. Have a look at this baby. I did find a diagram. Maybe I'll try and post that in this video. I did find a diagram of how the thrust bearing goes together, but it's so complicated. You know, it's issued by Austin for dealers. It's not for Joe Schmo like me. Oh, it's got a name on it here. Well, this is a Borg and Beck. Oh, there you go. So is the other one the different kind? Actually, there's not that much more depth in these rivets than the other one that I was just looking at. I just saw on eBay 2 clutch liners, 7¼ inch, apparently for an Austin 7, for $30, £30 maybe it was. At least I got the fossilised moth out of here. You tell me how a moth got into a clutch, because I would love to know how that happened. Was it an egg that was laid and then it hatched and it had a little chrysalis and then... Okay, that's enough of that conjecture. There's ATF on this, it's just not goodish. Okay, so I mean, I can understand that might work. I don't know, how would it work? I don't actually understand how that would work, because you're going to press this down, right? You press that down with your clutch lever. What does it do? It moves that back, right? So it moves that clutch, this plate, right? Imagine that pressing against the flywheel. You push your clutch pedal down and it moves that away from, right, so it's naturally, you know, if you were using electronic jargon, which is completely inappropriate, it's naturally closed, right? So it's a closed circuit, it's pushing against, right? It's pushing against this little baby, naturally closed, right? Closed circuit. It's pushing against the flywheel, pushing this against the flywheel. You push on your clutch pedal, and suddenly all that force caused by these little springs, not the mousetrap springs, they're just retainers for doing what those levers do. It's these tough springs in here, see? I think they said there was 8 of them. You push on your thrust bearing, pushes on these levers and pulls that back. When it pulls that back, this spins freely, right? Change the gears, because when you've done that, the engine keeps on spinning, this starts to slow down, I guess, right? You change gears, then you drop your clutch. When you drop your, you stop pushing on your clutch, let go, and this naturally springs back out again and engages with this, pushes it against the flywheel. I would say that's exactly the way that's supposed to work. If that's exactly the way that's supposed to work, then what the hell have we got? Let's bring it over and have a look, because this is really puzzling me now. So this is one I was playing with, right? Where this plate is completely different from that plate. Let me stop and zoom out so you can see both at the same time. You can see both of them if I just switch around. Right, so I just talked you through that. Look at this one, obviously, this is the way this is designed. It has the Ferodo, this friction material, on the pressure plate, right? And in this case, it's perfectly fine, but that means that the flywheel has to be lined with this friction material as well, and all this is just a metal plate that spins on it. I mean, they're not even the same size, they're completely different. There's no way that would fit on there, that only fits on there. Does that mean that this flywheel would not fit on that car? Well, I mean, who the hell knows? It's right, let's not mix these up.
Let's not mix them up, baby.
They look as if they would bolt straight on there, right? Identical. This part of it is identical, except it has no lining on it. Is there... Right, put that over there, put that with that, put this over here. Okay. So, we don't know if that goes with this flywheel, do we? We just don't know. So let's have a close look at this flywheel. Bring that flashlight over. I'll just run that power anyway. Switch it on again. It looks as if that has no lining or no ability to put lining on it. There's no ability to put any lining on that flywheel. And there's no lining on this flywheel. No lining on the flywheel. That would lead me to believe that the one that we just took off is the one that should go on there. Let me just leave it like that. You guys are still rolling, right? Yeah. There's a centering mechanism for this which I'm gonna invent, which I don't know if you can see that well. You put it across the middle here between two of the bolt holes and it centers that in place. So let's see what that would look like. See, that would work, right? I think that would work. If that would work and that clutch has some life left in it, let's bolt that sucker up. Now the difference is, I don't think, not the difference, I don't think that flywheel's fitted on there properly, because I think there should be a locking tab there. Right, we're going to use this one. And we'll figure out what the scoop is with that other one. The other option is to wait and change the flywheel complete with everything on it on the other engine. But I think we've answered our question right now. Okay, over now.